Alright, let me try this one more again. I heard keep blocking my video, and the nigga failed. But I'm gonna just redo this introduction. And I'm gonna leave a link to my Facebook page where you can see the full video, cause YouTube won't let me upload it. But basically this video was sparked because I was over at Dr. Boyce Walker's page like a couple weeks ago, and he had posted this meme of Jesse Williams, and in the meme it was like it said, "Oh, Jesse Williams said more in 8 minutes than Barack Obama did in 8 years for black folks." And it was interesting to me the responses from black people, black women in particular, because they were the ones on their butt hurt the most. A lot of sisters were like, "We are unsubscribing and this and that, and you're disrespecting our president and this and that, and all these other excuses." And then I'm thinking to myself, like, it's 8 years in. Like, are we still at this space? Some people argue that black folks are still at the inauguration, and they the last 8 years just passing by, and they've been like oblivious. Another thing that happened too, which is probably why I keep getting banned. Dr. Umar Johnson was on the Breakfast Club, and I did like a little snippet where I recorded that because I noticed a lot of black folks were sharing parts of his interview when it came to the violence and stuff like that. But when he said that black folks need to call out Obama before they leave, or there's nothing they can really do politically to proposition themselves with the next presidents, whether it be Hillary or Donald Trump. Kind of like how when he was watching the Breakfast Club when Charlemagne said to Baby, you ain't roll up on Trick Daddy or Ross like that. Well, that's pretty much what Dr. Umar Johnson is saying. Black folks can't roll up on Hillary or Trump because all they got to respond is he's like, you didn't roll up on Obama like that. And I shared that part, and it got a lot of views on my one Facebook page. And I just wanted to get the feedback and dialogue and read the usual suspect deflections and excuses that black folks were making. The typical number one excuse is he's not the president of black folks, which is silly because black folks are American. Not all Americans are gay, but he did address gay issues with policy. Not all Americans are illegal immigrants, but he addressed their issues with policy. Not all Americans are white women, but he did address their issues with policy. So those are like the same stupid, deflections or excuses that black folks, 8 years in, are still making for Obama. And it's sad that, that happened. Another situation, I might put the link in the description or still do a separate video on it, was I was watching Roland Martin, and it was a topic of HSBCUs, and I don't know, the last college he did a commencement speech at, and his Moist brother was in the crowd, asked Obama, like, yo, our graduation rate and employment is not looking good. There's not a lot of, HSBCUs have been shutting down. Like, what's the deal? And Obama's, stuttering and not charismatic, and, he just gave a horrible response, didn't answer the main question. And I'm watching, like, Roland Martin clip, and it's like, okay, something like, okay, cool. It's time for these black folks to hold him accountable, to call him out. I'm talking about black pundits and stuff like it's over. The election's done. Like, he's gone. So I'm like, is it safe for them now to come out? Because, and even like Lisa Rye, I call her the light-skinned leftist. She prefaces her criticism with, "I love the president, but she pointed out his flaws in the dialogue, but it was like we're still doing that. Like, black CBC members had to ask, I forgot her name, Maxine Waters, said, like, yo, do you want us to take off the chains or go after him, something like that? And the crowd screamed yes. But it's like black politicians, who many of them didn't hold Obama accountable because they were worried about re-election and it would have hurt them politically to do so, but they had to ask their black constituents, can we make Obama do certain things? And then it was mirrored in that clip on Roland Martin. It's like, they're saying, I love the president, but like, who does that? Like, no other electric has to, give you a compliment before they get in your ass to criticize you. Only black folks did that, and that's a horrible tactic. That's kind of weak politically. But the video I have, I'm gonna leave it in a link. It's a full video. It dismantles all of these, black folks as an electric, as the voters. Yes, black folks gave Obama a pass. No, he did not address race with policy. No, black people did not push him But there were individuals who did get to sit down with the president. They did get in those closed meetings, and they did bring up certain things. Uh, as Roland Martin grilled Obama on Air Force One about, this is before Roland Martin was booted off CNN, but he grilled him on his policy when it came to school vouchers in D.C. Obama shut that program down, and his excuse was, if I can help everybody, I'm not gonna help anybody, type of narrative. But Roland Martin grilled him on that. He's like, yo, black, because he understands that school choice is something that black folks are in favor of, and Obama didn't do anything to push that narrative because it's not for the Democratic platform. Byron Allen sued the government because Obama sat there and he watched these big corporations and media outlets disperse advertisement funding unequally to different companies, and Al Sharpton sat there and gave the approval. So he addressed those issues. Julian Malveaux pointed out the situation with the money that Bush set aside for HBCUs, like $850 million. Obama played with the money, his administration did, and they took some money from it, then they put the money back and gave it to be used, but they changed the guidelines, that Parent Plus loan, so a lot of parents didn't qualify for those loans anymore, and a lot of HBCUs didn't get the funding they need, and a lot of students didn't go back to school that next semester. So there were people who definitely questioned Obama and criticized Obama after, from day one. They were like, yo, the speech, you see Michael Eric Dyson, where he's like, he's not Pharaoh. He's not Moses, he's Pharaoh. That was the last time that, the black bourgeoisie, intellectual Ivy Tower Negroes were all together at that moment. After that situation happened, it kind of was a split off. That's where you see the Steve Harveys and the Travis Smileys and Steve Harvey's and who else was it? The dude who does the cruises all the time, Tom Joyner. Black radio, they kind of all made excuses for Obama, and they attacked Dr. Cornel West and Travis Smiley. You've seen the beef between Dr. Eric Dyson and Cornel West. It's like that whole coalition broke up over the Obama presidency. And even though Dyson has been critical, lightweight, he was very critical after year one. Then it slowed down, and then now that he wrote the book about Obama, he's getting criticized again. But he's only doing that to try to have a regime change and hop over on the Hillary team, which he's done. And I discussed in my video. I probably leave a link to that one too. The beef between Dyson and Cornel West, and how when I went to a speech of Dyson, and the stuff he said in that speech was not stuff he says on MSNBC. Like, it's not the same dude. So, but check out the video. It's giving you truth, and black folks are still in denial. Though I just like, it's funny listening to the arguments, even though the video is a bunch of people who supported Obama, who voted for Obama, but they also called Obama on his bull, right? So it's like you can't throw they're cooning out and this and that. I also on Dr. Boy's Walker page, I saw this situation where they were talking about Obama's brother, who said, I'm endorsing Trump. I didn't know it was the brother that actually lived there. I thought it was the one that stayed over there in the hut. But, black folks are up there again, like, he should keep it to himself, and he shouldn't go public. And I'm like, you don't know their relationship. He said straight up Gaddafi was his friend, and Obama and Hillary killed him. So it's like, you're telling this man he can't voice himself, he can't voice his issues because it's his brother? Like, what type of dumb shit is black folks on? It just proves how politically inept we are, how politically immature we are. Malcolm X was right. Black folks are political chumps, and Obama's legacy has proven that, and this new hop to run to Hillary will also prove that black folks have absolutely nothing. I got some videos coming up, more on politics. I'm going to go over these 3 things I think that black people vote against their own interests, and wait for that, check that out. But here goes the video. I'm going to link it in the description box via Facebook, because iHeartRadio keeps black